Now I only have 10 minutes in YouTube time to explain how it is we trade this particular chart, just one of the ways. Now please take in mind that I only have 10 minutes, maybe 12 if I'm lucky, if YouTube will compress it. And think about how much you're going to learn over the next 10 to 12 minutes. Think of how much you might learn if you were a member to StockMarketCaddy.com. Now just a couple of words as to who I am and what is and who I'm not, and what is Stock Market Caddy and what it is not. First, I'm just a guy. I'm a guy who's been in the markets one way or another since 1981. I've been schooled through the IBD, very good program. I've been through VectorVest, also very good program. I've been through the crash of 87, the crash, I think it was the Thai baht. It was either 94 or 97. I think it was 97. There was another little crash in there in 94. We were short the .com crash, a big part of it. We were short the 08 crash. StockMarketCaddy.com came into existence not a year ago, not 2 years ago, not 5 years ago, about 15 years ago. And let me just say this about Stock Market Caddy. It is not how we derive our income. I am a professional trader. My wife is as well. We trade our own bread for a living. Stock Market Caddy is a way I like to pass time by surrounding myself with like-minded people and offering a mentorship. Teach you what maybe you don't know. I wish I had had such over the years. We don't make specific recommendations to buy or sell anything. I'm not interested in your money. I don't want to manage it. I don't want to advise it. I'm not a broker. I'm not a financial advisor. We trade algorithmically. We try to teach you how we trade mechanically with the hopes that you'll begin to develop your own game over time. Can you watch one video and go out and play great golf? Not likely. Can you watch one video and go out and trade for a living? Not likely. But you can learn. This is a skill that can be learned. So with no further ado, let me just share with you our approach. Hopefully you're still with us. This chart you're looking at may not look that familiar to you, or the market. It's CL. It's a continuous contract because we're going to need the test results. It's not the actual contract. The actual contract we trade is the one that's up there now, CLN. And the market may open in the next few minutes. But suffice it to say, it's a futures contract. Each brick, this is a classic brick Renko. Its size is 0.6 cents. And you may say, well, how the devil do you trade that? Well, it's as easy as identifying the trend. And let's just start right here. At this point in time, this one right here, this is in a downtrend. Sell, 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 sell. And each brick, sell, sell, sell. Each brick is worth $60. That's probably over $1,000 there. You're probably saying, well, what's so tough about that? Anybody can do that. Well, maybe. But do you notice the little change in the market here? This was actually a buy. And then a little change in the market. This was actually a sell. It's those subtleties. What happened in here? Has to do with higher highs and lower lows. We just don't have enough time to get into it right now. Here was another little buy. Failed breakout. Another sell signal. Sell down. Another buy signal. Buy. 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 Little sell signal. Another little sell signal. Buy signal. Right in here was your cue to sell. 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 Buy. 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 buy, sell signal. There's a ton of them. And you're like, oh man, anybody could do that after the fact. And see this little trade here that was a buy signal. The one before it paid about $400. Okay, well, you think so, right? All right, let me show you something that you may not be appreciating, but there are lower, higher highs here. And we have the pivot information, and you may think, oh, I got pivot information too. Yeah, but yours don't denote pivot highs that are lower than the previous pivot highs. Let me show you. See, these are sell signals. What happened there? Yeah, there isn't one there. Why? Well, we don't have time, but sell signal, sell. What happened there? Yeah, once again, don't have time, but you notice they're not here. Why? That's because you wanted to be buying. Wasn't up here. Nope. No. You would not have wanted, even though it broke down, would not have wanted, you would have wanted to have been selling these. Maybe not even selling that. And then certainly be buying in here. And not selling here. Let me show you something else. This is the pivot low information. And again, it doesn't show up. Why didn't it show up there? Why didn't it show up there? Show up there, but it shows up here. This is where you would have wanted to be buying. This is our proprietary information, and it helps keep folks from getting vertigo. It's like a football game. Who's on offense, who's on defense. Let me show you something else here. We'll turn on another. Here is the football field indicator. Football field, yep. This is it. Notice this game never ends. Notice the football field is tilted up. It has a little northerly bias to it. This football field is dynamic. It can also point down. So it can tell you where the overall trend is. That if you were buying down here, you get a better chance of making money. But you don't mess with the middle of the field. What we do is we try to sell up in here. Potentially, we might be looking for a sell signal up here. It's not here yet. And then looking for a buy signal here. Here. This was a beautiful one. But this is the football field. And we can explain to you how it's to be played. Very dynamic. And gives you, again, direction. And we tell you where to play. And where to play, be on offense and where to be on defense. It's very dynamic. If you still can't see it, we have another indicator that we call, it's the football classic indicator. And this is set, that field is set at 100 yards. This indicator is set at 10 yards. Oh, what's that, Bagger? Well, it measures offense and defense. And when they come together, that's the scrimmage line. You see what broke out? That was the buy. This was the sell. Put a cursor here. Would have got a good push number. Remember, each brick is $60. You can come out wherever you want. But this is the scrimmage line. Sell. Buy. I'll put cursor lines on it if you'd like. So we may not get all of the trade. That was a beautiful one right in here. See the scrimmage line right there? And then, boom. And then here, here's a sell signal. Right in there. Right in there. Here's another one. Right in there. This tells you what's going on in the field. It expands and contracts. Contracts and expands. Well, that's pretty neat, Bagger. Well, let me show you what's even neater. Let me turn on this indicator, or no, strategy. Sorry, this is the strategy that we've written. And look what it does. Puts you in and puts you out right here. Puts you in here. Well, how does that look over the last 2 months? How much would you have made roughly, give or take, with a little bit of slippage? Would have made about 16 grand. 1.53. That ain't bad, Bagger. No, that ain't bad at all. Now, you're not guaranteed to make that amount of money, but just goes to show that you're in the realm. And if we want to try to improve upon that, we can ask the computer to optimize this value, the 10 yards. Maybe we should be playing 5 yards, 15 yards. Let's go out to 20 yards. I tell you what, I don't want to play that 5-yard quarterback sneak stuff, so we want to get a little bit bigger than that. Now, I haven't put in any profit targets or trailing stops or any of that. We could, and yeah, we're going to change this to an exhaustive test. And then now the machine is going to calculate for us just how many yards, based on the way oil has been trading for the last 2 months, what kind of yardage should we be implementing in our little football strategy? And so YouTube is now warning me that I'm up to the 11-minute mark. We'll be closing this down in a minute or two. Let me put the video on pause so I can maximize our time. There'll be no trickery here. Okay, it's going to be coming out of its, there it is, out of its testing mode. And how many yards does it tell us we ought to be playing? It's 7 yards. So let's close this down. And let's take a look at the performance report. And pretty nice. Pretty nice. Whoops. Let's bring this back into view. We'll do it again. It says that over the 2 months, about 27,000, 13 to 14,000 on both the long side and the short side. Not thousands and thousands of markets, with a win-loss ratio of about 34%, 37%. But see, it's chasing, we're chasing or trying to stay into the trend. Okay, the profit factor is 1.9, 1.8, 1.9, which is tremendous, and the losses are relatively small. Now, we can improve upon this if we were to use profit targets and percent trailers and stop losses. And it's not cheating. It's you're encouraged to do so. But up here, this is where most people will be buying. Say they do just the opposite. They sell short down in here. They sell short down here. They buy up here. They buy up here. You know, just the opposite. I'm Bagger Don at StockMarketCaddy.com. This is just one set of indicators, one strategy, one market that we teach our members. And we make all of this available at no additional cost. That is, if you're a level 2 member. If you want to see this program run live with me for an hour or so, you know, I can't say what it's going to be doing when it is we're watching. I mean, if it's during the day, it's going to be pretty active. I'm more than happy to give you a hall pass and show you how it's doing, and also some of the other strategies and indicators that we run. The first step is up to you, though. As Bagger Vance says in the movie Bagger Vance, or the caddy says to Bagger, you can either start or you can stop. Now, if you've never started, boy, you know, you got a little learning to do, and we would be recommending a Jumpstart program. But if you've been starting and falling back and starting and falling back, and like the scene in Bagger Vance, you just don't want to pick up the clubs again. You know, it's been a painful experience. I think the best thing to do is honestly stop. Stop and think about what you've been doing. Stop and think about the direction, the instruction you've been getting. Maybe it's good, maybe it's garbage, right? I'm more than happy to show you what we're doing. You have to work hard at it. We work very, very hard. It takes a lot of time, takes discipline. You know, you need to be to really profit. You want to be able to know your platform inside and out, which is the TradeStation platform. A lot of tools for controlling losses, which is really what much of this is about. But in any case, I'm going to be shut off by YouTube. The videos we punch out are much better quality than YouTube. We're doing this to create awareness. Feel free to give me a call. 813-758-8263. 813-758-8263. And we'll try to get you underway. All right? I'm Don Marshall. You're welcome to call. Thanks.